Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Michael's Musings. I am author Michael A. Jacob, author of Fluid Beings and an Ocean of Stars. Basically, I write gender shifter social sci-fi with a little bit of romance and a touch of gore. And that is fitting because we are talking about my Blood Saga series. This is book 1. And there will be 4 books. I'm on book 4. I'm writing it as we speak. I think I'm maybe about 40,000 words into it, which is probably only a third way in. So Blood Saga series is basically my bloody, sexy, angsty alien vampires. Because, alien vampires are cool. This series has no life lessons. Or anything of that nature. But you can question the character sanity because morals and ethics pretty much go out the window. It's like, these are short, sweet, to the point. We're not going to get bogged down with a whole bunch of details and all that stuff. So instead of me going through every single book and each chapter in every book, I'm just going to kind of go through the timeline of the story's universe. So that way we get through it a little faster. So the series starts off on Earth in the 18th century. Because why not? And it goes into present day-ish. Probably a little bit into the future, if you will. And it ends on their homeworld, which is called Salaxa. So they're basically a race of carnivores, but they're similar to vampires, like, they suck blood, all that good stuff. Well, but we'll get into that later. So we went through alphabetically all the different covens, because we're going through all the covens, the 7 main. There's an 8th, of course, but something happened with them. So I'll talk about that later as well. We hit Guillermo. It was the Guillermo coming last time. So now we're on to Marchand. The Marchand Bryhel. Marchand Coven, Bryhel Clan. So, about the Marchand Coven. Based in France, Holner Bryhel took it and the attached company over and immediately put the vampires to work to restructure. After the 18th century, them being aliens, they have a little bit more knowledge in technology, and their clans are merchants. So, he was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Now, the fact that Marchand means merchant in French completely delights Holner. He's like, yes, this is like Smith. Yes, he loves it. So he goes by Count Theodore Marchand. Yes. It's so pretentious. It's ridiculous. The Marchand Company creates new innovations within, technology, science, other areas like that. And in each universe, they're currently one of the leading corporations in the world in present day. So the Marchand motto, it's long, but it's unity, resilience, tradition, innovation, progress with honor. I laugh, but it's like it's so over the top. It's ridiculous. And a lot of his company's progress is in direct competition with UTEL's Greek organization. They both have this amicable rivalry when it comes to infrastructure projects, because the Greek organization, if you don't remember from that video, they do a lot of architecture and things of that nature. So it's kind of like a little, it's like they're always jockeying for the same contracts, if you will. So Holnar likes to think of himself as like this wholly sophisticated man. He indulges in all things bougie, whether it's material or an event. He's very, very uppity. He has a high class attitude, you know, and the same goes for his children, especially the twins, Olette and Olivier. They relish in it, and they're not very light. Now Holder, he's a big burly guy. You know, he's like barrel chested. He's got like the dark blonde hair. You know, kind of cropped short, but it's always coiffed and everything. You know, because of course, you know, uppity bougie. He's very muscular. Almost equal in size to Utel. But not quite. Utel's very menacing in size, whereas Honer, he just, you know, he's the big brawling, you know, brawny type guy. And as one of the oldest offsprings, you know, clan offsprings from the crash, you know, he tries to set an example. But over time, he becomes like too full of himself. And so he ends up being like this strong-armed like dictator. And so like the younger offspring of the clan, like Eterenia, Shalel, like Tavalo, they like steer clear of him. They only engage him when absolutely necessary. Like there's like, you know, just leave us alone, stay away from us. Now in Salaxa, the Bryhel Clan are very structured, they're very strict, kind of uptight. they're all about business. There's no room for errors or play until like the work is done. You know, that's part of where Holner gets his work ethic. But he fails to realize that he doesn't need to be that way on Earth. You know, he's established himself. You know, he doesn't have his family like leering over him, you know, to see if he's doing everything right. And you know, and at some point, you know, he does like, you know, ease up, you know, after his twins, Olette and Olivier return from battle on like Salaxa. So it's kind of like he has to kind of figure it out, you know, on his own. And his relationship with Shalel is almost kind of non-existent. She rarely sees the twins. You know, they kind of, because of the way the breeding lottery went, it was kind of like, you know, yes, here's the children, but they don't necessarily stay with the parent per se. You know, like none of the children that Shalel spawned with any of the other men, she raised. She sent them to, you know, like Olette and Olivier. They stayed with Holner. Kyron, who she's got with Utel, is with Utel. You know, the only one, well, not even Caden, who she had with the Catalan leader. Yeah. So Holner kind of sees her as just another coven leader, pretty much. He doesn't really see her as, you know, the mother of his children, things like that. Like I said, he needs to really figure it out. Now you have to remember, all of them are, by present day, they're in their not 200 years old. Some not even that yet, which is still barely out of adulthood, you know, in Salaxa terms. So they're still considered children on Salaxa. They're, you know. So, and he doesn't like that. But, you know, live and learn. he'll get it. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the Marchand Bryhel segment. Next up, we're gonna have, Guillermo Grieger, Marchand, Sapiente. Yes. Sapiente Clan. So we'll be doing that on the next video. So if you like these short, sweet, you know, little debates and whatnot, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of these, because I got a few more to go, you can always hit the subscribe button. There are videos for my other 2 series, Curve of Humanity. There's 14 of those. And there's also 14 for my Hot Mess Space Drama, the core series. So you can also check those out. If you want to see more of my works, because I have about 19. I have 19 novels out across the 3 series, and plus I have short stories and various anthologies and quarterly magazines, that kind of stuff. You can go to my website. It's the link for that's going to be below, and that is inmatejacobauthor.com. If you want to buy my books direct from me, you can go to michaelwajacob.com. I'm also on Patreon. And I also have a Discord. So you can always hit me up there. And I believe that's it. You know, I love discussions. I love honest feedback. So feel free to comment, ask questions, engage. Only ask that you be respectful and don't spam, because spamming is bad. So I will see you at the next video. And may the universe grant all that you desire.